Miss Fancy came from a while ago. Back in 2009 or 2010. I can't remember when this song came out. I think it was 2009. When Drake's Fancy song came out. And I was at a Thanksgiving dinner. This is where it came from. I was at a Thanksgiving dinner and I had on like Louis Vuitton shoes. Like my mom had me decked out, okay? I was wearing Louis Vuitton shoes at this Thanksgiving dinner. And my cousin was like, well, you think you fancy, huh? With those Louis Vuitton shoes on. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm fancy. And then I changed my name on Facebook from Marcia something to Marcia MsFancy Smith. And the public loved it, so I kept it. And it matched my persona, so Marcia MsFancy it was. I am a beautiful black woman who is talented, who is highly educated. I have my Bachelor's of Arts in Public Relations and English. What else am I? I'm very chill. I'm very nice. Miss Fancy is more like my alter ego. Like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce. Miss Fancy is the alter ego. I'm just Marcia on the regular day, you know, nice, chill, calm, dainty Marcia, you know, vibes out. But then when I'm on stage, it's like I'm a whole different person. That was Miss Fancy right there. She is bold. She don't care what nobody thinks because she is performing for herself and nobody else. Marcia is also a coach. She's a teacher. She is a mentor, a pageant queen. I think those are all the characteristics I can describe. I've been dancing since I was 3. I started teaching though when I was 17 going on 18. I booked my first gig, like my first professional gig when I was 17. I've been working with teenagers since I was, I want to say 20. That's when I really started working with different dance programs and stuff. I joined a dance company when I was 18, and I'm still with them, Capital Movement. We're a local company. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. What else? Dancing since I was 3. I'm trained in ballet, jazz, hip-hop, contemporary. I also train in African, modern, and other hip-hop genres like house, whacking, and boogie. And I coach a pom squad. I figured that out when I was probably like 11 o'clock, when I was 11 years old. That's when I figured out that I wanted to dance for like ever or as long as I could. I was dancing at the Dance Institute of Washington, located in Columbia Heights, Washington, D.C., and that was when I met Mr. Ralph Glenmore. Like, he was my favorite teacher. He was in the first ever Wade in the Water. That is an Alvin Ailey Revelation classic. And just to see like how, I want to say black dancers, because Alvin Ailey is a predominantly black company, just to see black dancers move so soulfully but gracefully with so much passion, and they're enjoying what they're doing. They're not like trying to fit someone else's mold because our bodies don't fit anybody else's mold. I was like, this is the best experience of my life, and I want to keep doing it. So I just like stuck with it. Even throughout high school, I was playing basketball, but I always was dancing outside of school. And then I would say my senior year of high school when I met Miss Gooley Girl, I just did every single dance program at school. I was on proms, and it was the best experience of my life. That's when I danced in front of like probably almost 2,000 people at our county competition, and I was like, this is what I want to do. The way this crowd is yelling and screaming, this is what I want to do. And then I stuck with it. And I'm here.
Good.
Beyonce. That's very cliche, I know it is, but I love Beyonce. Just the way she valued the whole performance scenario, the studio scenario, how she just embraced like the whole artistic process of music and dance coming together. You don't see many artists do that, and you don't see a lot of artists choose other beautiful women to work with them, because you know, there are some petty performers out there. Like, they gotta be cute, but their dancers can't be, and stuff like that. Beyonce, she never made you feel less than, even just as a bystander, somebody watching. So when I saw her performances come together and watching all of her behind the scenes and her work ethic, I was like, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. I want to be Beyonce, just the dance version of Beyonce. Not the singing version. I could hold a note, but not like Beyonce. I just want to perform like Beyonce, make people smile like Beyonce, draw people in with my movement like Beyonce. So she was my main source of inspiration, and definitely different companies like Alvin Ailey, Dance Theater of Harlem, even Broadway. There are a lot of Broadway musicals that I love. Grease is like my favorite thing to watch. Dreamgirls, I love Dreamgirls. All kinds of Broadway musicals. I can't even get into that. But if you watch the classics, like Bob Fosse and stuff like that, the way different choreographers intrigue people with movement, I was like, that's what I want to do. So I stuck with it. So you're gonna go 1, kick and out. Then you're gonna step back, pelvic thrust it. Here you go. Booty, booty. You're gonna dip down, boom, kick out, up, look, pull. And you walk it out 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna step, you're gonna go 1, step 1 and 2, 3, take it around 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. Then do it again to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay, after watch me do a run dance. You're gonna go running my bands up. Slow, slow. And you do running my bands up. And then you freestyle, looking and run. And that's the end of that. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, in dance, especially back then, I mean, just now is when, you know, things became more inclusive as far as like gender equality and weight and how you should look. Back then, I want to say like early 2000s, like 2008, 2009, I had to deal with my image, and I was very muscular. I wasn't like fat or anything, but you know, to partner with other dancers, like male dancers, you have to be a certain weight, certain size to be thrown up in the air and stuff. So I had to deal with like changing my body image in not the healthiest way. I didn't have an eating disorder, but you know, there's a certain way you need to take care of yourself as a dancer and an athlete, and I kind of like threw that out. I was like, I'm gonna try to be the best version I can be, I guess, of how they want me to look. That wasn't that great. Don't do that. And then the second time is when I turned 22, or a little bit after I turned 22, I experienced injury. It was a very life-altering injury. It started with Achilles tendonitis and a stress fracture in my foot, and then that turned into, after my first performance back after recovery, I got nerve damage because some people stepped on my foot during a show. I'm still upset about that, clearly. But I ended up with nerve damage. It's called RSD, or reflex sympathetic dystrophy. So the pain starts in my foot, but it affects my whole nervous system. So till this day, I experience fatigue, pain. There are some days where I have like burning sensations, but at the beginning of it, I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk for about a year. I was in physical therapy for about 8 months. And while I was in physical therapy, I had to like retrain myself on how to walk, how to properly stand. But even through all of that, I was still dancing, which you're not supposed to do. But I was like, if I don't dance, I'm probably going to be depressed for the rest of my life. And I was told by my rheumatologist that if my nerve damage didn't heal, that I would probably never dance again. Never in my life have I cried the way I did when he said that, but I was like, sir, that is not a possibility. That is not a thing. So I retrained myself on how to walk, and I was like, girl, we're gonna dance today. So I've been dancing ever since. But when it comes to body image, I would say as a dancer, you always want to be healthy. You know, your body's not gonna look like the other girl next to you. Everybody's different. You definitely want to be healthy. We have to be healthy to do what we do. So you want to eat healthy, be healthy. That doesn't mean be the skinniest girl in the room. That doesn't mean be the skinniest dude or most buff man in the studio. But you know, you just want to be healthy. You want to take care of yourself for yourself so you can be the best you can be. But as far as injury, you have to be a smart dancer. That's what I told myself the whole time. You have to be smart. At first, it's going to be super depressing, especially if it's something that means that you have to be in a boot, or if they say you can't dance for 8 weeks or something. Of course, that affects your mental, but if you let those emotions get the best of you, that's what's going to defeat you at the end, not your injuries. So you have to tell yourself that you're gonna push through it. I definitely cried for like 4 months straight, like every single day. And then one day I was like, girl, you need to get it together. What are you doing? And I got it together. I don't know how, but I did. It was definitely over time. Make sure you watch your favorite movies, watch your favorite Broadways, you know, still go to rehearsal. Try to find ways to stay inspired. And then when you internalize that, that's going to make you want to push past all of the adversity. At least I feel that's how I do it. But I was still dancing through my injury, so don't do that. What I do is, I am currently Junior Miss Maryland for the Modern American Miss pageant, and I like to give back a free day of dance each year to a school of my choice, and I usually choose my high school simply because this is where I feel like I gained most of my development as a teenager, especially in my later years as a teenager. I feel like Ms. Woolley really helped develop me, so I always give back to the dance program here at Albert Einstein High School. But I joined a dance company called Capital Movement, which is a nonprofit, and we always give back to our community, whether it be a free show, we teach free dance classes, we work with different inner city programs to help give the students a better artistic experience, try to inspire them to do better in school and whatnot through arts and movement. What else? I work with different artists in the DMV area because I feel like we have so much talent and it's overused. I wouldn't say it's overused in the sense of being like, oh, they just rap and do go-go all the time. It's overused in the sense of the music that we create, the movement that we create. We use it so much that it does become a fad, but then it becomes overlooked. So I always work with artists to help build their confidence, help them build better content, make them better performers and such. So I work with different groups, different parts of my community to help get them where they should be with a smile.
Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you.